I'll start at number 1 and pull the same grate that I did before. Alright.
CJ here with Deep South Divers again. Today we are installing plugs in the drains of the Parris Island Marine Recruit Depot's large qualification pool. Those of you who watched the previous video know that we were going to do this. We did some dives, some preliminary dives to make some, to take some measurements and make sure that we got the right size plugs. We did. We got 4 of them, 1 for each drain box. So I popped that grate off of the first drain box. And we'll come over here to drain box number 2. As you can see, there's 4 drains. Each one of the drains has 4 grates on it. A total of 16 grates. I'm just going to pull 1 grate from each drain box. Now they're coming out a little bit easier, but I'm still breaking them up when I pull the grates. Not real concerned about that. These grates are going to get replaced anyway. You can see I'm a little more willing to get into it and muscle it out.
Mechanical first.
Not really concerned about breaking them. Alright, so there's one of the plugs. That's a mechanical plug. It is 2 yellow discs with a big rubber grommet in the middle. You can see when you screw the rubber discs together, it expands that rubber grommet outwards, and so that plug expands. I'll feel and make sure that I've got the right drain pipe. I'll take the camera off of my mask and drop the camera down in there in hopes that you can see me actually do the installation of this plug. Here's me. Hey. Alright. So make some adjustments on the camera so it'll sit flat. Drop it down in the drain box. So we're looking right up into one of the drain pipes. 8-inch diameter drain pipe. This is drain number 2 that we're in. We're going to go ahead and put that plug in there. Screw it down tight. You get a pretty good idea of how it works. There you go. Alright, and then once I'm confident with that, happy with that, I'm going to take this inflatable plug and put this in drain number 3. See here, I had some issues with this inflatable plug. The connection where the hose connects to the plug is leaking. I pulled it out, try to diagnose that, see if I can get it to stop leaking. Pull it off and check it out, take a look. In the long run, I wasn't able to get it to stop leaking, and so just decided that I'll put it in there and see if I can fill it faster than it leaks out. Which is, when thinking about it fails, just muscle it. There's a good example. Fill it, fill it, fill it, fill it. You can see it leaking out, but I'm filling faster than it leaks out. Overfill it a little bit, and then pull the hose real quick. That's the plan. And it worked. It worked well enough. Once the hose is off, it doesn't leak anymore. So it was a trick to do, but it was filled enough that it blocked the hole. Testing it out, and it's solid. Not going anywhere. Cool. Let's do the next one. Alright, this is drain number 1. I've got these weird plugs this time. These are much longer and bigger, but they're narrower. than that other inflatable plug. They also have a much better connection at the Schrader valve. The problem I experienced here is that it's so long I can't get it in, so I'm trying to figure it out. And I just kind of crumpled it up and sort of mushed it in there. At depth here, it has the depth, the water pressure has crushed that thing down just enough that I can get it to sort of bend around and sort of jam it in the hole, and then once it's in there, inflate it. No leaks on this one, obviously. Yep, inflate it, and once I'm confident, and I move on to the next one. Now, just a point about that confidence, I've got 3,000 psi in my tank. Potentially, I could put 3,000 psi in that plug. The hoses are only rated to 500. I don't know what the plugs are rated to, but I can assure you it's not 3,000 psi. And if it was, I could easily burst one of those pipes underneath the concrete. So we're talking about a lot of force and pressure that I have the potential to inflate these things to with catastrophic results. So I got to be careful about how much air I'm putting in these things. And so I'm going a little bit, and kind of test it and get it to the point where I'm confident with the pressure. Can't overpressure. And of course, under pressure it wouldn't seal. So, and then once I like that, good. Seems like all four are in place, nice and solid. Happy with the job. All right.
I think so. You wanna have the guys open the valves? Open the valves, which will pressurize this side, right? And I'm gonna check. So I'll stay in the water, check them. All right.
All right, so the valves downstream were closed so that I could put those plugs in, and now they're going to open up the valves and we're going to see if they leak. I'm going to do that with a little bit of dye here. I'm going to take some red dye and put it down there and see if it gets sucked up into the hole. If the plugs are working properly, then the red dye shouldn't go anywhere. You can see here it gets sucked right into that hole. See that? Yep. That one's leaking. All right, I wasn't really entirely sure if that was normal or what. It looked like it was leaking to me, but let's go test number 2. And this is a good comparison. You can see there that the dye is not going anywhere. In fact, it's actually moving away from the drain pipe a little bit. Yeah, that one's sealed. Number 2 is sealed. That looks good. So let's move on to number 3. We'll do a dye test on number 3. Number 3's got the pipe going off in a weird direction. So let's look at it here. And I put the dye right in front of the pipe and it's not going anywhere. So number 2 is sealed. Looks like number 3 is sealed pretty well too. If there's any leaks, they're minute. It's not a big deal if they're minute. We just need to block most of the flow. Here's number 4. And you can see there that I really don't have any leaks there either. If there's anything at all, it's minute, it's tiny. So I'll go back and put some more air in number 1, which is what I'm doing here, and then put some dye down there. And you can tell now the dye is not going anywhere. So I put another 10 or 15 psi in that one, and that sealed up pretty well. Put a little more air in there just to be sure, and then pull it all apart. Here you can actually see some of the dye coming out of the drain. See it? That's a big indicator that there's nothing, nothing leaking. I ended up pulling off the all 4 drain grates off of all 4 drain boxes. This is documentation video just showing that. That was drain box number 1. Here's drain box number 2. And the reason is because Joey, the gentleman who was topside there, helped me out. He told me that they were expecting the new drain grates in that day. Here's number 3. You see my shadow there. And in fact, you can even see the shadow of the camera on top of my head. It's pretty funny. So once I receive those new drain grates, there's number 4. Once I receive those new drain grates, I'll go ahead and install them. This is what it looked like in the pump house. The guys replacing those valves, those red parts, those red bands. That's an old valve. You can see why that wasn't sealing real well. That's what a new valve looks like. Thanks for watching. Please share this video. Have a great day.